y'all, come look at this.
I'll give you an image of what Mr. Eglund is describing. Colombia is becoming a series, or could become, if it continues in this direction, it could become a series of autonomous criminal territories, huge territories, not only rural, but certainly rural with the data that we've been provided already, but urban and rural. Armed factions, it doesn't matter, they can portray themselves as right, left, involved in drug trade, etc. Huge armed factions are linked to local mafias that are also connected to government positions and to the state. And these connections, these assemblies are taking over territories and controlling populations in a way such that, for example, if you see that there's a decrease in the number of assassinations, kidnappings, etc., it usually means that these armed factions have gained control over the territories and they have established a violent form of government and state. So there is an absence of a state that we could refer to as the ideal state that provides health, education, protection, etc. But there is a presence of a different kind of state being established in Colombia. And it is that way, and it can happen that way on the background of extreme social inequalities, extreme poverty that pushed people into two types of economies, illegal economies. One is surviving through what's available, and that's the coca marijuana production. Colombia produces 92% of global cocaine and nearly as much of the marijuana. And then the other type of economy is war itself. If you're recruited, you receive some kind of income or you make it. So this is our state. There's no absence of a state. This is the state in Colombia. And it's linked to, in many cases and in many territories, linked to the form of government and state that traditionally has been engaged in these kinds of activities. So this combination. Now the US involvement in this, I just make one simple small comment, and that comment is General Laura Richardson, who is the Pentagon in charge of the US South Command, has made it very clear that the interest in this region, the entire region, includes the Amazon and other territories for resources. So it is the old imperial discourse in terms of a competition against the Chinese and the Russians for the control of these territories, and the main and only interest is extractive. The rest is just discourse. So this is what we're living through. Amy, in fact, I was just remembering as I was listening to Mr. Eglund, your book on Nigeria years ago. I'm in northern Cauca. Mr. Eglund knows that what's going on here is the same as in Nariño. And what we lived through is what you described in Nigeria when you were stopped by armed people and you weren't killed by miracle because your life was in their hands. This is the power and the government and the state in Colombia. The rest is discourse and an image. It's no different from what's happening with barbecue in Haiti, although in a different degree, but with specificity.